This deck was literally tier 0 for so long, and we're only now getting support 7 years later. I'm so keen to show it off, and it is cool. Yo, what's going on, it's your boy JP, and we're here with a DracoSlayer deck profile for June 2022. We've finally gotten support for this deck, and honestly, I'm loving it. But before we get into the rambles and explanations, let's get into the deck profile. Starting off with 2 Ignite Cavalier, 3 Master Pendulum the DracoSlayer, 3 Victor Pendulum the Draco Overlord, 2 Masterpiece the True DracoSlayer, 3 Elect of a Draco Overlord, 3 Luster Pendulum the DracoSlayer, 3 Ignis Phoenix the DracoSlayer, 3 Dynamite Paolo the DracoSlayer, 3 Majesty Pegasus the DracoSlayer, and 3 Dino Rabbit. Wrapping up the monster lineup for the spells, we have 3 Painful Decision, 1 Rotor, 1 Upstart, 2 Summoners Art, 1 Draco Face Off, 3 Ignite Reload, and 1 Dragonic Pendulum. Wrapping up the main deck with no traps. For the extra deck, we have 2 Dinoster Power, the DracoSlayer, 3 Ignister Phoenix, the DracoSlayer. With the fusions and synchros going into the XCs, we have 1 Divine Arsenal Sky Thunder, 1 Hope Harbinger, 1 Utopia Lightning, 1 regular Utopia, 1 number 41, 2 Magister Pendulum, the DracoSlayer, Paladin. That's it for the XCs, and for the links, we have 1 Isolde, 1 Cross Sheep, and 1 Heavenly Spheres. That's it for the side deck. I'll quickly go through, for the extra deck, I'll quickly go through the side deck, show off what I have in there in case you want to do anything with it. Yeah. Apologize if I was a bit rushed, only waking up recently, and I need to go to work, so I'm keen to get this deck profile as soon as I can. But so let's get into the explanations and theories behind this deck. First things first, the main focus is trying to spam out 1, 2, and 3 or 3 of these guys, I was going to say dudes, with a possible masterpiece. So in doing so, we have Ignite Reload to reset our hand, which is quite useful because if you have cards you want to search out, this card you don't necessarily want to see in the exact moment, send it away and you get an extra draw, so it's a literal reset and a much better, typical reload. Summoners Art, you only have 2 targets. However, it's not a bad thing, because even if you draw one of them, you use one of these, what you do is use this guy's effect to pop it alongside another copy of itself, because if you drew one, you just search the other one, right? And then you use Ignis Phoenix to shuffle it back into the deck and drawing a DracoSlayer, so then you can use the second Summoners Art. However, I will say I'm considering putting in 2 level 4s, 2 level 4 Ignites for Rescue Rabbit as well, for when I don't want to use either of these boys. We'll have the 3rd target for the Ignites, which will be pretty solid in my opinion. So yeah, the same goes with Painful Choice, because Painful Choice summons 2 level 4 or lower, so I'm considering a level 4 Ignite. For these, I'm just unsure what to do to cut as of this very moment. Rotor, because such as these 2 and these 3. So there's that. I wanted to have 2 of these because you can search him quite easily off of Ignis Phoenix's effect. Having 1 is perfectly fine, but I just got the second one because you can search it so easily, so you can recycle war, and I just thought it'd be a fairly alright to say the least. I'm considering 2 of these. You can search it very easily as well, but just worst case scenario, if you don't get the card you need, it's there. However, you really should be fine as long as you have 1 Pendulum. You should be fine. 1 Tuner, you should be fine. For the new cards, they work really well. So this guy right here, you use it to shuffle back a Pendulum and add 1 non-Pendulum monster from your deck. Shuffle Pendulum, get a free masterpiece. So monster effect is if it's destroyed, you can special summon a DracoSlayer Ignite monster and it's counted as a tuner. The reason this is good is because you only have 1 tuner in the deck, so it substitutes a second one, so you can go into Ignister much more easier, which is cool. And if you notice, this works with this because Ignister, this is also based off of a True Draco, which I find interesting. Counts as an Ignite card too, so it's quite cool because you can use it in a pure Ignite build. It's also cool because theoretically, if we get more cards like this, and we fill up an Ignite DracoSlayer deck, then it'll be both decks counted as 1. So it's just, I like the little concept of that. It's actually quite cool. And technically we're playing like 5 archetypes because DracoSlayer, Draco Overlord, Ignite, Magispector, and DinoSlayer. So it's quite cool. And 6 True Draco. So yeah, it's quite interesting how it works. So this guy here also works with the fusion. Its pendulum effect is you can special summon one DracoSlayer or Dynamics monster from a pendulum zone, which you typically want to use with Majesty Pegasus, because of special summon you get a free search for the field spell. So that's quite useful. Or you can just another way I like to use this is scale 6. So I typically just throw in a little boy to special summon, or if you really need to, you can pull this in the other scale and just special summon it for free. Its monster effect, if it's tributed, you can special summon one DracoSlayer monster from the extra deck. So that's quite fine. If you have a spare monster from the extra deck, bring it up. Down, you already used your pendulum summon or didn't have enough zones at the time, it's fine, don't matter. Majesty, this one's quite good. If you have a DracoSlayer Magic Spectre in your other zone, you can add one DracoSlayer pendulum monster with a different original name. Then you can destroy one card in your pendulum zone. It says can, not necessary. So what you can do is have this and this, scale 7 and 2, use this guy's effect, get the search, then you can pop it. So then what happens is when you pop this guy, he gets this other effect. So that's quite cool. Or if you don't want to pop him, you can pop the field spell because it gives you a special summon as well. So then the monster effect of this one here is if it's special summoned, you can add any single field spell from your deck to your hand. I've kind of just only playing this one, but you could definitely play more. Thinking of it, there's probably quite a few I can add to the deck. Because of no restriction. Then it has another quick effect to discard it to the grave. And then your DracoSlayer monster is going to be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Which, if you also think about it, works well with Dynastar because he special summons from the grave, and there's sometimes you don't actually have any in grave, but this one just sends itself to the grave, special summon itself back with this dude here. You know, you can get the search off of that because you can use both effects in the same turn, and then that works out quite well. Nice little synergy. Plus, your monsters are unaffected just from that alone. It's funny because if you think about it, this one technically doesn't have synergy with XXC's counterpart. But anyway, that's a deck. I feel like I could definitely adjust this. It's just like a quick little mock-up that I did some playtest and stream with. As I said, there's those things I'm considering changing. One, to, maybe adding some lower ignites, maybe one of this, maybe more of this, maybe adding more field spells. Because we could definitely play some. Could be like an asshole with Mystic Mind or do some little things. I'm quite pleased with the extra deck. This bounces, this cross sheep, this old searches if you really need to. That's what it's really just there for. The zones, I think this is fine. This is back up. Can go into this. Yeah, I'm satisfied with it, but we'll see what ends up happening. Anyway, that's the DracoSlayer deck. And I'm very keen. I was so excited when I saw this. I was literally out on a bike ride. It was like 9 p.m. or something. It's super dark, and I was just like, I just want to check my phone. I was just bored. And then I saw a tweet saying the DracoSlayer support. I was like, no way. I pulled it open and I saw. I'm like, yeah, I'm going home. I need a deck profile of this and see if I can playtest it. Anyway, I went out of here. If you enjoyed, you know what to do, and a lot more playtesting on the way. I'm keen.